Souls. This is Jennifer Phillips Readings. I want to revisit a case. Um, I want to revisit a case, my beautiful souls. This case is out of Philadelphia. This is not for entertainment purposes. This is a real live case. Okay. This girl did not choose to disappear. Okay, she did not choose to disappear. Okay. Now, she keeps bringing me back to her employment. That would be her job. This is my part 2 and job. Okay. Employment and job. Um and the elements of fire and water. Now give me a minute, because I do feel like there's witchcraft here. Okay. I picked it up yesterday. Just give me a minute, you guys. So do I feel like there's a form of witchcraft? Yes. Okay. And I keep hearing something. Okay. I keep hearing which kind of witchcraft. Okay. And it's very interesting yesterday that when I ended the read with her, I was drawn to hoodoo, but it's not hoodoo. Okay. So Kada Scott is missing, and we need to find her. Okay. The reason why I feel this way is because of that trap energy. Okay. Trap can mean she's trapped inside somewhere. She's trapped somewhere. Okay. Trap can mean she's being tortured. Okay. Um, Kept somewhere. I feel like a lot of this has to do with her job and a co-worker. Okay. The co-worker that I'm seeing is light skinned. She's like my complexion. Okay. I think the cops, I know they're interviewing all the co-workers. I also feel like she got into a relationship with a man that was already in a relationship with another woman. Okay. And what is really intriguing about this whole thing, my friends, I seen the witchcraft yesterday. Okay. I didn't dig too much in it. And I did some stuff before I even started this. Okay. And people say, Jen, why you say witchcraft? Okay. Because that energy was coming out, sorcery energy. Okay. And we say sorcery, we think of witchcraft, right? You have good witchcraft and you have bad witchcraft. Okay. Whatever floats your boat out here. Okay. And she was truly a queen. She was truly a queen. And the reason why I say, because her energy was giving me queen energy. Okay. She can walk in the room and you can feel her presence. Not just feel her presence is known. Okay. So let's get into this. So I feel like I want to look at the job. I want to look at the coworker. Okay. What's really bothering me is those cameras are off. I've never heard of a nursing home, and they should sue, because if she would have went missing on the streets or somewhere, it wouldn't be as big as it is. There's a lot of black girls going missing from Philadelphia, my friends. There's another reading I want to do. Okay, another black girl went missing in Philadelphia, and she went missing from her school. Okay, so let's pull a card on this energy. I hope I'm saying her name right. Kada Scott. I did talk to her mom yesterday. And I did talk to, it was like a tip line, like and I asked to speak to a detective. Okay. The detective, it was so weird because her mom's energy, just speaking to her mom, it was like she was listening, but right now she just wants to find her daughter. And I understand she's probably getting many phone calls, so much information, but her energy comes off like, yes, I'm searching for my daughter, but it's like she has this attitude like it seems kind of hard, tough energy. Okay, it could be just a Philadelphia thing. Okay, and I don't want to go into the family direction. I want to stay in on her energy. Okay, so this is important. Okay, so the false persons. There's two people. I also feel like there's another. So I really believe there's three people, and the reason why I say that is because, and people, I feel like people know. This is what I'm saying. There's no way. Was she working with her and another coworker that night? Because that coworker that night is the person the cops should be looking at. They need to be looking at in any relationships this girl was in. Okay. I feel like she was messing with a either married man or he was in a relationship. Okay. And you know, sometimes when you mess with somebody's man or something like that, they might be like, oh, go off her so I can know the love is real. Okay. Just saying. People do stuff like this. Okay. So the courtship is behind it. Okay. The lovers. Okay. Now, do I feel like she's gone? I'm going to get there, you guys. So the first card out was false persons. So the cops need to look at, and if this comes out that these people are not charged and stuff, then this is definitely a cover up. Okay. But I did see yesterday the imprisonment card. Okay. I don't know why it's taking them so long. Okay. I don't know why. Okay. Now, if her body was burnt, and there's an element of fire here in this card too. If her body was burnt, then and this is, I have to say entertainment purposes. And I send my condolences to her family. I did speak to her mom yesterday. Okay. I hope her mom watched my video. Okay. And I do get a crime of passion here. At the bottom of this deck. Okay. So is this a crime of passion? Is this a something jealousy? Yes. I feel like they knew her routine. Do I feel like it's a sacrifice? Yes. Okay. She was dealing with an assassin. The knife is here. What else do I need to see? Kada. Okay, there's something on her phone. Or her social media. So this would be communication. Now, even if they, I don't know if they found her phone or they didn't find her phone, they can easily get a warrant to search communication. Okay, I'm just saying, easily. Okay, and I want to tell you guys something. I'm gonna get there. Just give me some more cards on this current energy, because we pulled this energy yesterday. This is my part 2 on this beautiful queen. She's a queen. Okay. She's a queen, my friends. She just wants to work. And I do feel like this was a setup. That marriage card came out. So this man she could have been messed with definitely, and she keeps showing me this runaway energy. Okay. They need to look at all exit points of this place. Okay. I don't know the layout. Somebody was supposed to send me the layout, and I'm waiting for that. The terrain of that creek something. Okay. What else do I need to see? Now, when I say witchcraft, what I mean is somebody could have been into, like, remember I said yesterday, this card keeps coming out for this masculine energy. So celebrity, so well known in the community. I feel like this man has a business. He could be in something with speaking. Okay. speaking. And it's interesting, I was getting some West Nate energy with him. And I feel like she was also dating somebody that was also light skinned. Okay. So this light skin energy is younger energy. This older energy, older male energy is dark skin. Okay. Black male energy. Okay. Um, and this female is definitely my complexion. Okay. Definitely my complexion. Okay. They're a couple. Okay. A couple. Okay. I believe this man was married. He could have been married or already in a relationship. Okay. Um, and what's really bothering me is the phone records. Does anybody know? Okay, I don't know much about this case. I try not to know a lot about this case. We need to find this girl. And right now, I feel like we're getting smoke and mirrors. And I don't like smoke and mirrors. This video is not for entertainment purposes, but I have to say that. But this is for real. Okay, this is a missing 23-year-old female out of the state of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Okay. So this had everything to do with a relationship. So nobody knew about her relationships. None of her girlfriends, none of her friends. She had friends, my friends. They know. What are they scared of? And it says crime of passion. Social media. They knew her schedule, you guys. I'm telling you. When I pulled the energy yesterday, it was obsessive. It was compulsive. It was narcissistic energy. And then when I pulled the hoodoo deck out, I was getting somebody that practices the arts. Okay. And there is evidence on her phone. There's evidence on her social media account. There's evidence, my friends. Now, are they watching these people? Okay. This man, this couple, he was in a relationship. He's still in a relationship, my friends. But she was also seeing him. The same energy that I pulled yesterday is coming into today's energy. Okay. So this had everything to do with her job. This had everything to do with a love relationship. Okay. And this man she was seeing is this. We're looking for an older man. Now, is there a younger man she was dating? Yes. Okay. But this man we're looking for is a little bit older. Okay. And I know I'm going to get, and the surveillance is here. So something's on camera. Okay. Something's on camera. Something's on somebody's phone. Something is on camera. Okay. And my thing is, if she was taken, because I remember I said I kept seeing that travel card, a lot of movement. Okay, so they're making a lot of movement because they're trying to cover their tracks, and they think they're not going to get caught. These people think they're not going to get caught, but I'm telling you, my friends, they will get caught. Okay, and if they don't get caught, this is a cover up. Okay, and I don't want to say that too soon. Okay, and I'm going to keep pulling her energy. Okay, I'm going to keep pulling her energy, and I'm going to give her a voice since she can't give herself a voice. Because yesterday they tried to cut off when I was doing her read, her throat chakra. Okay? Yeah, her throat chakra. And double confirmation, this is a female and a male couple. Okay? Double confirmation. Okay? And double confirmation of lovers, my friends. But what I'm not understanding is if they have everything taped off, blocked off, and they looked in um, every room of this assisted living facility. And yes, we need to hold these people accountable that run this assisted living facility, because if she was on the street, this is what I'm saying is, okay, when you look at like nursing homes or like hospitals, they have, um, what do they call those places where you can actually burn the body? Okay, but this is assisted living. They're not going to have that there. Okay, it's not going to be there, my friends. Okay, but there's something on surveillance. Okay, there's something on camera. Okay, there's something on this girl's phone. And obviously, they said that her phone pinged at a certain location. So my thing is, did they do the crime at the facility? Okay, but I was getting this like trap energy, like she was trapped, like she was being held, okay, and tortured. That's why that bad health card kept come out, okay. And I said this is urgent, okay. They knew her schedule, my friends, okay. Um, so surveillance also means they were watching her. Okay, they knew her routine. They knew her routine better than she knew her routine. Okay. So what else do I need to know about these two individuals or anything surrounding this case? Okay, this road card keeps wanting to come out. So I'm gonna put this back in. It flipped out road and mountains. Now, when we think of mountains, we think of actual mountains, or we can think about, hey, Loretta. So I wonder if the cops found, obviously her phone pinged, but did they find something on the road of hers? And mountains could also mean like a an obstacle that she had to go through, something that was in front of her. Okay, I'm gonna put these two cards back, but if they come out, they come out. So I wonder if they found something on the road, because she every the first read I got, this reading is showing me a road. So was there something found on the road or something like thrown out? Okay, and the energy of travel, journey, that could be the energy of the people that actually did the crime. Okay, because this is a crime. Okay, a crime. And what's interesting is if you look at the crime and passion cards, this is card. Just look at this card for a minute. Look at this card for a minute. Does that facility have anything like this in that facility? Like it looks like a long window. Okay, a long window. Okay, and it has shutters. Okay, so this thing is either in their home that they live at or the facility. And you're telling me nobody heard anything? Okay, nobody heard nothing. Okay, and was she obviously, I don't believe this girl. I don't know how many patients they had. Um, was she working with a coworker? Okay, because that coworker needs to be investigated, my friends. Okay, and with the bodies that are around the crime of passion. Okay, when you work at assisted living, because it's not a nursing home, it's assisted living, I think. Um, this is giving me like the patients were sleeping. So was this girl a med tech? Okay. And this is also giving me something with ritualistic, okay? And this is what I was picking up, okay? Um, the dove, normally when we see doves, we think of a crossing, okay? A dove is a crossing, my friend. You know how you go to funerals and they let the doves go? Okay, the doves. There's two doves here. Okay, the doves. Okay, normally at a funeral you let the doves fly. I'm gonna get to where I'm getting. Give me some more cards. I'm not gonna stay in this energy long. But I want to see if any of these cards give me some insight where she's at. I don't believe this girl's alive. And I didn't want to say it yesterday, but I'm gonna say it. I don't believe she's alive. Do I believe she was held? Yes. Do I believe she was tortured? Yes. And if her mother is watching my channel, or her father is watching my channel, I send my condolence. And the reason why I say that is a card that I'm about to show you. I believe her body was burnt. And this is what I was getting yesterday. But I wanted her to come to me in spirit, in soul. But in order for her truth to be told, not just her truth, or give her a voice, she needs a proper burial. Okay, she needs a proper burial. Now, the reason why I say I believe her body was burnt, and I'm gonna show you this card. Dismemberment, and the body looks like it's burnt. Okay, it's burnt. So if they do find a body, it might not even, I mean, if she was cremated, or if she was, obviously her body was burnt. I truly believe this, you guys. And the reason why I say this is because yesterday, the fire, this false person, and behind it is fire. Okay. Now, fire can mean passionate about this crime. Okay. Passionate about what they did. Okay. And the woman is standing in front of the masculine. Okay. So this is showing me something here too. Okay. There's maybe she found out about Kada Scott. I feel like this girl's burnt, you guys. Let me get more on this. Oh, this is too much. She was a gift to the world, my friends. Okay, she truly is a gift to the world. Somebody in the community is looked at in high honor. Okay, I want to pull some more on his energy, but I want to get some. And this home keeps coming out. Give me another card on this. I just want to go slow with this energy. So at the bottom, she's saying lies. Okay, lies. So the co-workers are lying about this, or co-worker, because there's some female energy here. Okay, I feel like this girl that we should be looking for as a co-worker is like my statue. Okay, I'm not a skinny girl. Okay, I'm a medium-sized built woman. Okay, so this is the girl that we're looking for. Okay, she's way heavier than Kada. Okay, and I'm not saying she's fat, but she has some weight on her. Okay, and the reason and this is all lies. Okay, so this whole thing, they're lying. Okay, they're lying. All right, let me get some more. They're in the movement card. I'm like, why am I seeing all this movement with her energy? And I do believe she was held. She keeps showing me her home, you guys. I cannot. Why are you showing me your home? Why are you showing me your home? Okay, that card just flipped. Why are you showing me your home, Kadada? I keep saying Kadada. I hope I'm saying her name right out of respect. I'm gonna call her K Kadada. Um, Beautiful queen. She truly was a queen, you guys. Why are you showing me your home? Let me pull from another deck. Neighborhood. Okay, so they could live in the neighborhood close to her home. Okay, their door could be white. Their inside their house could be white. And the reason why I say this is because of this card. And they might have a window like this, elongated window. It's long, and the shutters come like this. Okay. She said her home, and then beside the home, she said neighborhood, home. Neighborhood and home. This means something. Home, neighborhood. No, neighborhood, home. Home, neighborhood. She's trying to tell me something, you guys. I don't believe this girl's alive. If she is, I mean, I pray that she is. But with this dismemberment card, and I was getting this yesterday, but I didn't want to say it because I felt like she was tortured. I truly believe she was tortured. And the reason why I say that is because of that trap energy yesterday. So I'm getting home and neighborhood. I'm missing something here, my friends, with the home and neighborhood. So is the home in her neighborhood or a home in a neighborhood? Okay, this is what she could be telling me. Okay. The number 2 is here. If you look at this 2, now this also can mean, we can also look at the assistant living too. Okay. I think they really need to, like, I don't know if the feds are involved in this, but the FBI needs to be involved in this. Okay, maybe there's a room there that's 101 or 102. And the number 2 is symbolic with her. But she's showing me neighborhood and home. So home, neighborhood. So they're in some kind of neighborhood. What neighborhood are they in? What neighborhood are they in? These 2 individuals that we're searching for that took your life. I feel like I need to pull from another deck, my friends. And we'll come back to that deck. I feel like they even need to check the walls. The walls, cement, basements. The reason why I say is this dismember body. It kind of looks like cement. So she might be in a wall. She might be on a floor. Okay. This floor, they could have even put cement over it. So if there's fresh cement, that's where maybe her body is, or her body's was placed in. I keep seeing, I'm going to get there. So I asked her about the home and neighborhood. She says community. So home, neighborhood, and community. And then behind the community card, there's people that are not here. Okay. Home, neighborhood, and community. So she's saying that we need to look at a home, neighborhood, and community. Now, community can also mean her job. And they need to look and see if there's like, so this is showing me like an entrance with the door energy. Okay. So we look at the door energy. I feel like this door, I'm seeing a lot of doors and windows here, my friends. Okay. In this card is door, and this card is door. Okay. Like a door you can open. Okay. And I believe she was tortured. And the reason why I say this is because of that trap card. Okay. And then she was burnt. I'm getting fire. Okay. What else I need to know about this home, neighborhood, and community? This is crazy. Child. Home, neighborhood, community, child. Home, neighborhood, community, child. Now she's somebody's child. She's a girl. Home, neighborhood, community, child. Did a child witness something? Home, neighborhood, community, and child. Was she with child? Home, neighborhood, community, child. These people could have 2 children. This couple or her co-worker could have 2 children, a boy and a girl. Home, neighborhood, child. Show me more. Home, neighborhood, child. Home, neighborhood, community, child. Give me another card on this. Home, neighborhood, community, child. And then if you look how I have these cards, I wish you guys can see this damn spread. It says home, neighborhood, community, child, courtship, and lovers. It's lined up just like that. And at the end of it says crime and passion. It's lined up just like that, my friends. And I pay everything that I do, or the way I lay the cards down, everything is symbolic. Fire, there you go. This girl was burnt. Okay. Oh my goodness. I wish I can show you guys this. So I'm going to show you how it's going right in a straight line. Like it's telling the whole goddamn story. Okay. So she, home, neighborhood, community, child, courtship, lovers. So this had everything to do with a relationship. This was a crime of passion. This was pre-planned and pre-organized. Okay, this was already set up for motion to happen. Okay, so they planned this, they organized this, and they did it. I believe her body's burnt, my friends. So if she has a burnt body, if there's no body, there's no crime. But I'm not going to let her case go. Okay, I'm not letting her case go. I'm not doing it. It's lined up perfectly, my friends. Lined up. Now, if they found something of hers or they know something, obviously the police are not telling us too much because they have to make arrests in this. They have to charge people with this. But if you have a body that was burnt, okay, I believe this girl did go through some torture. And the reason why I say that is because of that trap energy. That can also mean she's trapped somewhere, okay, in somebody's house. Cement, could be wall. This gnat is gonna die. Gnats are not natural, my friends, okay? So home, neighborhood, community, dismemberment, child, courtship. I don't know if she was pregnant with child or a child witnessed something, or the persons that done this crime have children. Okay, they need to look at the person that was. It's one of the co-workers. One of the co-workers knows something. But what's really getting me is those damn cameras. Why wouldn't you have cameras? They're paying all their money to live there, and they don't have no goddamn cameras. So if I was a mother, I would go after them and sue. After all this is solved and stuff, I will go after the assisted living. I don't know if it was assisted living or nursing home, because nursing homes don't have somewhere where you can burn the body. Okay, but they use the element of fire, and I wrote that down because that's the energy I was picking up yesterday. It's the same energy today, my friends. Okay. So, okay, let's pull more in this, and then this, and this. Give me one more card. Kada Scott. And I want to pull from one of the other decks. She's saying dry, something dry. That's interesting because that would make sense if her body was burnt. Oh my gosh. Like, you know how cremation is? There you go, partner, accomplice in crime. Some people, two people came, I said some people. Could be more than two people, but they came to agreement to do this. Okay, this was pre-planned and pre-organized. Okay. Um, let's get one more from this deck, and then I'm going to pull from the other deck, and I'm going to end this. I have a reading to do. This is so sad, my friends. I'm not really for case alone. So the people that have done this, if they think I'm going to stop reading on this girl's energy, you're a fool. Okay, you're a fool. Because I'm going to keep reading on her energy till we get to who the people are. Now, the woman I'm seeing, she is my complexion. She could be a little bit darker. She could be like my size. The man, I feel like there's two men here. There's one light skin and there's one dark skin. Okay, he could have braids or dreads, and the reason why I say that is because of this card. He could also like to wear these kind of hats. You know the hats I wear? But I call them warlock hats. Look at that. Storm said yes. This is a magician. This is a warlock energy. This is a babalao energy. Not a good babalao, my friends. Not a good one. Not a good one. And one thing about me, I pick up the energy. Okay. I was raised in this kind of way. So I know. Okay. And when I mean what raised in this kind of way, I was raised in Santeria. Okay. A bloodline. Okay. Not just my generation. Okay. So I know when I'm dealing with certain individuals. Okay. This man could have a botanica. Okay. He could have a botanica. Okay. He could have a botanica or some kind of business. Okay. In a community. And he's well known and well respected. He has celebrity status in this community. Okay. He could be a babalao. He could be a magician. A magician is a warlock energy. Okay. We have good and bad duality, but this is not good, my friends. This is bad energy. Okay. Whew. Okay. So, all right. This is somebody looked at in high honor in the community. But what's really getting me is this card behind it. And I spoke to her mother. I spoke to her mother. I called her mother. If you call, they have two numbers. They have her mother's number and they have, I'm going to have to come back. I'm doing more videos. This is not my last video, my friends. Okay. we're going to get to this until there's arrest made, and I'm still going to read the energy. Until there's arrest made on her case, I'm going to keep coming back to her case. Okay. I don't get, her family hasn't paid me to do this. The police department has not paid me to do this. I'm giving her a voice, okay? And I'm using my gifts to help her, okay? Because I could be her. Anybody could be her. This could be my daughter. This could be your daughter, okay? This mature woman keeps coming out in all her reads. Yes, it's definitely love triangle. I want to put this mature woman to the side because I have to just read her energy by itself, okay? This when you say mature woman, this would be like a mother figure, okay? This man is looked at in high honor, okay? Now also with the high honor card, he could have some kind of military background, Okay. That's who we're looking for. Okay. So the man is dark skinned. There's also a light skinned man here, so I have to bring his energy out. Okay. There's a child energy here. I don't know. So this child energy that came out in my spread could mean a child witnessed something, or a child knows something, or they have children, or she was with child, or something like that, or maybe she was with child and she had something done. I don't know. Okay. But that child energy is coming out. Okay. I want to pull from another deck. This mature woman, I need to know more about her. I'm going to remote view her. Okay. I'm going to remote view her ass. Because yesterday when I came out in the read, it was her mother's energy. Okay. And I said that normally, like if you're in relationships, you talk to your mom, you have that relationship with your mom. So we might have to look at the angle, and I don't want to look at the angle of her home life, her family life. But when you look at crimes, it's normally somebody close to you. Okay. Somebody close to you. Okay. Or somebody you encounter, somebody that you're in love with. I'm talking about Kada Scott. Okay. So that mature woman keeps coming out my reads. This main male keeps coming out my reads. Um, and celebrity status. So this means celebrity. He's looked at in high honor in the community. What does he do? What does this man do in the community? Okay. What's his occupation? And there's a woman involved in this. Okay. Double confirmation of that. And this energy came out yesterday and it's coming out today. And she's trying to tell me, okay. I feel like her body was burnt, you guys. And she was a gift to the world. Because I got dismemberment and I got fire. So if you look at the dismemberment and the fire, that looks like a body that is burnt. And there's cement. So they need to look in walls. They need to look on floors. They can look. I mean, look at all these areas, okay? Because they could even bring her body back to the workplace. Because the girl still works there. The girl could still work there. Okay? Did something just fly by? I need to slow this video down. That's why I had the lights dim, because I wanted to see if she would show up. Okay, so yesterday we got like the miles where she could be. And yesterday I got wooded area. Look at this, my throat chakra. I cannot make this shit up. Was she given something? Was she given something? Was she given something to drink? I don't know why I'm coughing. I was fine, you guys. I feel like I need to pull from another deck. Look at this. She's telling us her story, my friends. They need to look behind a wall. They need to look on cement. Okay. And yesterday we got wooded area, but today wooded area didn't come out. So there could be evidence in the wooded area, or are they planning on taking her body to a wooded area? Look at this travel. Are they planning on taking her body to a wooded area? But she's cremated. That's what I'm seeing. But there's an element of water here. So was she buried in the woods? So she could be buried in the woods. There's a wall here. There's a floor. There's some kind of cement. Okay. I think I need to pull. Yeah, there you go. I don't believe she's not alive. Okay, she's definitely crossed. And there's too many cards that is giving me cross energy. Okay. I don't believe this girl's alive. I believe she's crossed over. This child energy just keeps coming out. I don't know why. Did she have abortion? Was she with child? I don't know. Okay, I don't know. But the child energy, I have to acknowledge it because it keeps coming up. Okay. Um, and female was at the bottom. Road, she keeps showing me road. There's something with the road. So in their secrets, which just came out yesterday, is something with the road. So stay they need to keep they need to interview everybody in that assisted living, and her last time they seen her was at that assisted living. Okay, so I feel like everything is there. Okay, and yesterday somebody picked her up. Okay, somebody picked her up. Okay, do I feel like this is work related? Yes, I do. The reason why I say that is because of a lot of cards that are coming out. Okay, yeah, she keeps showing me the goddamn road. I just split this a deck and road, and then behind it was a fair. So she was having an affair with somebody, and somebody wanted revenge. Look at this. I'm not making this shit up. Somebody wanted revenge. Okay, a knife could have been used too. Okay. So she was having an affair with somebody. That's the secret. She was having an affair with somebody. This road energy is here. Maybe you guys can pick up this road energy. I feel like with this road energy that keeps showing up in my read, this is so important, this road. Okay. Now, all roads lead to what happens to her, but the road. Yeah, so I was going to say, was she pregnant with child? Because that child energy just keeps coming out. And she was obviously having an affair with a married man. Okay, that was with somebody. Okay, because affair means somebody's with somebody else. And then we had this energy of stalking. Okay, obsessive stalking. Okay, this mature woman is coming out in my reads. She's been coming out in all my. This is my second read I've done on her, and she's coming out. Okay. So I don't believe she's alive. I believe the secret is she was having an affair with somebody that was much older. And he was in a relationship. And the woman found out, okay? The female found out, okay? Whew. And somebody wanted revenge, and they cleaned up. They cleaned it up. So when I think of cleanup, you think about her job. Or where she was killed at. But I don't know why I keep going back to her job. And chemical. When the police went in there, was there any chemicals? If they're watching my channel, they already know they can call me. If there was there any chemicals they smelt as far as the cleanup. But obviously somebody cleaned this up. After they murdered her, they cleaned it up. Okay? This is so sad, you guys. Somebody like turned their back on her and walked away from this. And with the beach energy, they were emotionally involved with this because they had feelings for her. But they had to turn their back on her. Look at this. They had to turn their back on her. So with the element of water can also mean birth too, but the water, the element of water can mean emotions. Okay, and water's coming out on my read a lot too. Okay, there's water here, and I think there was water in another card. So the elements there is looking for is water, fire. And they clean this up, and they could have used a knife. I'm just saying. But that road card, she keeps bringing back to that road card, and I don't know why this road is so symbolic in her reading. Okay? So the road could mean the time she left her house from the time she went to her job. That's what it can mean. And by the time she went to her job, from the time she left her job. Okay? That is the most important thing to break this whole case open. Okay. Um, and somebody, you see this man, he has his back. He has his back turned. He had to turn his back on her. Okay. He had to, because he was with somebody else. Okay. And what's interesting in the card after that is caregiver. And what kind of job was she on? She was on a caregiving job. Okay. I have a reading at 5. I'll have to call them. Caregiver job. So do I believe that somebody that is a caregiver at her job knows? Hell yeah. Now caregiver could mean actually like family. But the family card didn't come out. So I'm not going to go down that road unless I have to go down that road. Because you know, if I have to go down that road, I'm going to go down that road. But caregiver, that's what she was. She was a caregiver. So this has everything to do with her occupation and her love, her relationships. And people know. You can't tell me nobody don't know who she was seeing or dating. She had friends. And then behind it was abuse and neglect. This is why I said I believe that she was abused. Like they were holding her, abusing her. That's why I said her case is so important to get solved. And this man was a married man. And this was over love. And they wanted to her throat chakra. They wanted her to close her mouth. And she said somebody was harassing her. The people that was harassing her was this man. Okay? And this woman. That's who was harassing her. It had everything to do with her relationship. And just imagine the man telling his girlfriend or wife, I got somebody else pregnant. Some women go crazy out here. Let alone you have an affair, but you have her pregnant. Or she was pregnant. I don't know. Okay, this is for entertainment purposes. I have to say that. But this is a crime case. Okay, it needs to be solved. So I'm going to end it here. She was running away. She was hauling ass. Okay, she didn't want nothing to do with this. Okay, it was too much. Okay, see, this is why I say, you guys, when you're having affairs, you got to be careful out here because you don't know people's mental state. You don't know what the wife might do, the girlfriend might do, the boyfriend might do, the husband might do. But this had everything to do with her love, and somebody at the job knows something. That's for sure. Now that pregnancy, I don't know why I said pregnancy. The child card came out. Okay. That means the child could have witnessed something, or the people that were looking for have children, 2 children. It could also mean that she was with child. Okay. I'm just saying at some point. Okay. Some people get pregnant, they have abortion. Did the mom know about this? Okay. Because the mom is over here. And her energy is coming out in all my reads. My 2 reads that I have done on this girl, the mom's energy is coming out. And this was the card for her mother. And I talked to her mother. Okay? I talked to her on the phone. So I'm going to end this here, but the road is very important. The road. Okay? The road. So she's emphasizing road. And I've seen a lot of movement. So they're trying to cover their tracks. Okay? This road, maybe you guys can pick up on this energy with this road, but this is symbolic here. Because every time I shuffle the deck, this is where she brings me back to the road. Okay? This is important. Okay? This is what I got on her. I don't believe she's alive, you guys. I pray she is, but I'm not getting that. Okay? This is a lot. And there's evidence on her phone. There's evidence on her phone, her social media. The police have this. They get a warrant and they can get they can get every communication this girl has had. Okay? Any communication going in or out. Okay? When you think you erase things on any platform, they're not erased. They're still there, my friends. Okay? And this is a case of a missing girl. She's missing. Okay? Look at this. Lovers. It had everything to do with the lovers. The affair. The person she was with. Okay, let's pull 2 more cards from another deck, and I'm going to end this, you guys. And I'm not letting this case go until they find her. So if I have to come back every certain amount of days to revisit it, I am. Okay, I am. And there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of Kadas out here, okay? This card came out, painful ending, deep wounds, betrayed, loss, crisis, failure, collapse, and defeat. So she was stabbed in the back. So stabbed in the back is betrayal. She was betrayed. And that red there, that red, you guys know what that red is, right? That red, you know what that red means, right? Okay. Also, there's water behind it, so that's about emotions. She felt defeated. A painful ending, deep wounds, betrayal, loss, crisis. The crisis would be her death. Okay? It was too early for her to go. Okay? Failure, collapse, and defeats. She was defeated. Okay? She was set up. Okay? Let's see what else. And this happened in the month of October. Okay? This card came out. So this card is the 4 swords. Rest, relaxation, meditation, retreat, renewal, and solitude. And the person is laying on a coffin. Okay? I don't know if these people are air sign and fire signs. The person is laying on the coffin, right? And they have a sword under them, and then they have a sword above them, right? And they know the sword is under them, but they don't even use that sword. Okay? And the person's laying like on a coffin, like literally it looks like a coffin. And they're praying. So at some point this girl could have been praying. I don't know, okay? And the judgment card is here. The ancestors are calling judgment on this. This is a lot of swords energy, my friends. Swords is about action, okay? Now, I'm going to say something with this judgment card. The ancestors are calling judgment. So if these people think they got away, they got something fucking coming for them, okay? And trust me when I tell you that. Because judgment is being called on them from the ancestors, okay? When you get this card, this is all about judgment. And I'm not talking about judgment and people say, Jen, who are you to call judgment? Anybody out here can call judgment, okay? We have domain. We can call judgment. We can call judgment. And I'm calling judgment on this. I declare and decree anybody that was involved with this girl's murder meet their fates. And we're not showing no mercy out here anymore. There's no mercy. They're not giving nobody, they're not giving Kada mercy. We're not giving them mercy. We're not showing mercy. There's no mercy no more. Those mercy days are over, my friends. Yes, we need to pray, but we're not showing nobody no mercy. Everybody should meet their fate. Whatever their fate is, if it's death, they should meet that fate. Yes, we are to judge in righteousness, and I'm judging in righteousness. So the ancestors are proud that I'm doing this reading, but they're proud that she's with the ancestors. She is the ancestor. Judgment, rebirth, inner calling, a new phase. She's in a new phase. She has ascended, my friends. And this is going to be hard for her mother. Okay. I can't imagine losing a child. I lost a child, but I was like early in my trimester. Okay. But having a child, no matter what, that's traumatic. That's an experience that you always keep. Okay. Did she lose a child? Did she have an abortion? Was she with child? Now I don't know if she has a cousin that passed away. And there's a child in this judgment card. Okay. And then the angel is blowing that trumpet, that horn, to acknowledge that she has ascended. She's made it there. Okay. And they're celebrating. She's with the ancestors. But there's a child in the picture. There's some man. So I don't know if a cousin passed away before she crossed, or a brother. Because I'm getting like cousin or brother type energy here. Okay. But I'm getting cousin. I don't know why I'm hearing cousins. Um, and they're blowing that trumpet. Okay. So we're not showing nobody mercy. They didn't show her mercy, so we're not showing them mercy. Okay. They need to meet the same fates. Okay. So fire and air. Fire and air, my friends. They could be a fire sign or air sign. I keep getting this. Okay, so I'm going to end this with this card behind it. So they're right now, there was competition, rivalry, conflict, disagreements, strife, and tension. These are the people that committed this crime. Okay? Fire energy again. Okay? Somebody says, did anyone else hear that trumpet? Yes, that trumpet is loud and clear. Okay? We all hear that trumpet. Okay? She has ascended, my friends. And with the water element, when you go through a horrific crime and you ascend, you will make peace. Some spirits will have peace. Okay? I feel like she has peace, but it's still not peace until we find out the people that did this. Okay? Until we find out the people that did this, then there will be peace. Until then, there's no peace. Because the way they see it is they're at peace. But we need to bring peace by the truth. She needs to have a proper burial. Okay? Her mother and father need to know where she's at. Okay? So I'm going to leave it here. Okay? We're going to look more into it. I just split this deck and it had everything to do with the lovers. These people, I believe, think they got away with this. She's saying yes. Everything to do with the lovers, my friends. So this is everything to do with the man she was seeing that was already in a relationship and her job. Because they think they got away with this. They haven't got away with this. Okay? Now, I'm going to describe what I'm seeing here. So there's two males that she was seeing. One is dark skinned, one's light skinned, one's dark skinned. This is the male energy. Okay? Now, the light skinned guy could be somebody, I feel like he's much younger. Okay? The darker man is much older. Okay? The brown skinned female, like my complexion, she also is not skinny. I don't believe she's skinny. I believe she has some meat on her. Okay? I'm not saying she's fat, but okay, that's who we're looking for. They're the people that committed this crime. Okay? And we're going to keep pulling on this energy. And justice is here. Okay? Balance. Justice is about getting the answers, right? Bringing justice to the cause. Her murder. Okay? Because this is a murder. Okay? So they're looking for a body at this point. Okay? I truly believe this. Okay? And right here, the justice card. Okay? Justice, fairness, truth, clarity, balance, cause and effects, and law. Okay? We're bringing the goddamn law. Okay? This is Jennifer Phillips Readings. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This is a read I got on Kada Scott. My second reading that I did on her. I don't believe she's here. I believe she's with the ancestors. I believe the justice card is here. Okay? So this will bring some kind, even the judgment card is here. Okay? So when we think of judgment and justice, judgment on the physical and judgment on the spiritual, justice on the physical, justice in the spiritual. Okay, as above, so below. Okay, um, so this is what I'm getting. Okay, and I'm gonna leave it here. Okay, and I have the mature woman here, her mother's energy. Her mother's coming out in my readings. Now her mother could be coming out in my readings because she's grieving. She don't know where her daughter is. She wants to know where her daughter is. Her mother keeps coming out in all my reads. This is my second read. Now mature woman could mean, but she's coming out alone. Okay, so I definitely believe this is a mother's energy. Okay, I don't know why her mother's come out in my reads. Okay, so I have to revisit this energy. Okay, there's a lot of emotions right now. Okay, even though the mother, some people say, well, the mom's not showing no emotion, but people show emotions differently. Okay, everybody shows emotions differently. Okay, and she's thinking she might have to be strong because her daughter's missing. Okay, and she's getting phone calls, she's getting information. I don't even believe why, like, if something happens to my kid, they went missing, I don't want nobody calling my goddamn phone. Now eventually when I get the strength and the courage, I'm coming with the fire. And I'm not talking about like in the physical, I'm talking about in the spiritual. Okay, this was my child. Okay, because I know I wouldn't be in the right state of mental. Okay, nobody's gonna be in the right state of mental. Okay, because your child is missing. Okay, um and she's showing up as an empress. She truly is an empress. Okay, this is her energy. Okay, boss energy. Okay, you felt her when she walked in the room. Okay, her presence was known. When we think of empress too, we think of fertility. We think about bringing in life, right? Abundance, nurturing, fertility, feminine, divine feminine. Okay, good parenting, development, accomplishment, growth, evolution, and action. Okay. Let me get a card over that mother's energy, and then I'm going to end this. Her mother is grieving. I know that. Everybody grieves differently. Okay, the mother's energy is a Two of Cups. So the mother's coming out with love. Okay, for her daughter. Now you see a man and a woman, but this means this could be a woman and a woman and a man and a man. So the mother is offering her cup up to her daughter. Okay. So this would be unified love, partnership, mutual attraction, proposal, marriage, or connection. So her and her mother does have a strong connection, even with that lion being there. Okay. Because I'm like, why is her mom coming off like nonchalant? But that's just the way she is. Some people are like that. Okay. People are like, well, she should be like, you know, crying and all this stuff. But some people have the strength. Okay. Some people have the strength. And that water energy is there. So her mom is full of emotion. Okay. This is sad. I'm going to end this. We got all elements out. We got air, earth, water, and fire. I don't believe she's alive, you guys. So basically, they're looking for the people that committed this crime, and they're looking for a body. You guys, this is Jennifer Phillips readings. This is the reading I got on Kada Scott. This is so sad. I don't know why it's taking them so long. I guess they have to find some kind of evidence. It shouldn't take this long, my friends. Okay. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me once again. This is Jennifer Phillips readings. Thank you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share this video. Now we're looking for the people that are involved with this. Because they're not going to get away with this. Okay. They think they are, but they're not. Okay. All right. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Kadada, I don't want to say rest in peace. Well, I had to say rest in peace. This is so sad. But her spirit and soul is with the ancestors, so she's gonna have work to do on the other side. Okay, my friends. Thank you so much, you guys. This is sad. Okay, really sad. Thank you so much. This reading was on Kadada Scott. This is Jennifer Felix, you guys. All right, you guys. Thank you guys for joining me. Bye.